Good morning, everyone. I'm out today for a couple of reasons. Just nice to get out. I don't come up to this area too much, even though it's only about a quarter of an hour drive from where I live. Where you might be able to see in the distance here now is Parrot Hill, just behind me there, with a couple of trees on the top of the hill, and also probably a bit further around is what they call Cadbury Castle. Well, there's not a castle there anymore, but there's still the earthworks there, which signify that there was such a structure there at some point in the past. And if you really squint, and I'll see how well the quality is, you can see Glastonbury Tor in the distance. It's probably about 25 miles as the crow flies in that direction. So yes, I think it's in Dorset where I'm stood now, which is kind of like on a beacon. It's kind of like a trig point. Yeah, so there's like a trig point and like a light to kind of warn aircraft, I guess, on top of this viewpoint, which I think was called Beacon Viewpoint in Dorset. So yes, obviously it's not sunset or sunrise, so the light's not going to be the best today. But I'm out just exploring the area, and I'll put up some images that catch my eye on this kind of short walk today. And I'm trying to keep in mind as well, I've got a local club competition coming up next month, which is kind of like a team competition really, for our club is pitted against other clubs. And the subject's a bit of a weird one this time. It's white on white. So I've really struggled over the last 11 months to think of anything that I could potentially capture and then submit for this competition. It's partly why I bought my infrared camera with me today, because obviously green grass shows up as white, trees, leaves show up as white, and then maybe with some of the cloud in the sky I might be able to get some white on white action going. But I'm not going to hold my breath because I haven't really found anything to fit the brief in nearly a year now. So anyway, there's always hope, right? So yeah, I'll roll the B-roll now, and then any competitions I put up from today's trip, I'll put them in the film. So as a continuation of that earlier part of the video you've just seen, I'm now standing on Cadbury Castle, which from when you might be able to just see it in the distance, but the beacon is on, the one that I was standing by in that earlier part of the video. And I decided to come back out when the conditions were a little bit more favourable, because as you probably saw from the B-roll and the images that I was able to obtain, the light and the conditions just weren't very good at all. So I've made the effort. It's just before sunrise from over in kind of that direction. Follow me. So in that kind of direction, and then like I said, you've got the beacon on top of Corton Denham where I was earlier, or a few weeks ago now, and then beside it, you might not be able to see it too well in the video, is you've got Parrot Hill with those kind of lovely outcrop of trees on the top. So unfortunately I've been here for about 15 minutes now, and I haven't really been able to find any decent competitions up here. It's the first time I've been up here in the kind of in this time of the day, and it was a little bit spooky to me. I was walking up the track to get here in pitch black. I think it's even more remote for me than when I did my my Portland video last year. But yeah, so as I was saying, the sky is very blue, so we're not going to get some of the great colours you normally get with sunrises. There's a little few outlying clouds, but at the moment I'm more interested about the kind of the mist in the kind of the lower valleys up here that I can see. As I mentioned earlier in this video, someone decided on a subject for a competition is white on white, and I've been struggling all year trying to find a composition, but I think I might have actually found one just then. It looked a bit stupid, but I put my Panasonic GX1 onto my 50 to 200mm telephoto lens and took this picture of this tree that you saw earlier in some B-roll, because earlier when it was kind of full mist, the tree, and I'm hoping its kind of leaves would shimmer kind of white in that kind of infrared ethereal kind of look, and then of course with the mist in the background it was kind of like white on white. So fingers crossed it's worthy of consideration. It wasn't quite as clean as I'd like, because obviously with trees you don't really want any of its kind of leaves or branches intersecting the ground, but I looked around for a good kind of 15-20 minutes and I couldn't really see a better composition than the one I did. So we'll put it up now and see what you think. So the main composition I was hoping for today, which was the trees on top of Parrock Hill, haven't really kind of worked out for me today. I'm hoping now that the sun is up, where are we? Now that the sun is up, I'm hoping soon it might be able to cast a little bit more light on the kind of the outcrop of trees on top of Parrock Hill. But it's certainly been a stunning morning so far. The low level mist is a real kind of bonus, even though I haven't really been able to capitalise in terms of finding interesting compositions. Well, those cows were certainly friendly. They were very interested in all my gear that I had laid out for the purposes of photography. So I quickly grabbed it all together, lost the lens cap in the process, which rolled down the hill and then kept on rolling. So that'll probably be found in 1,000 years by a time team. So even though I haven't found the compositions I was kind of hoping for today, I have been blessed with some really nice weather, nice conditions, and hopefully at least the B-roll looks nice. And as well, that's probably the first time I've probably used the motion lapse on the Osmo Pocket successfully, after watching a couple more tutorials on how you kind of lengthen the clip, and in the end it meant that I had to kind of wait around for half an hour while it kind of did its thing. But hopefully that should give me about 30 seconds worth of footage that I've been able to put into this video for you. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little jaunt, and I'll see you next time.